That's pretty creepy. Okay, we've heard quite a... Hey guys, thank you for tuning into AmysCrypt. I'm currently in Germany and I have brought you here to see a very haunted castle known as Burg Wolfsegg. I'm actually staying in the hostel right at the foot of the castle. So we're going to go up, explore that. I'll tell you a bit about its ghost stories and the very scary, notorious hole that exists behind the castle. Check out how close I'm staying to it. So you can see the castle. Oh, see it again. We could see the castle so clearly, but we have no idea how to get up to it. This way?
Sure.
Alright, so I think that we found the entrance, which looks like it's up here, so we're gonna head up. Doesn't actually look very open. What does this say?
Says open 1st May to 30th of September, Saturday, Sunday, and holidays, 10 AM to 4 PM. So it's closed.
Alright guys, so this kind of sucks. We've just got to Burg Wolfsegg and the castle is closed. That's my bad. I couldn't find any info about it online, opening times or contact. So we kind of just came out here and it's pretty disappointing because it's not actually that easy a place to get to. And we got caught out yesterday. It was All Saints Day and there was no buses running, so we lost a day. Jared's probably not happy with me. Alright guys, quick update. Yesterday was a little disappointing because we couldn't access the interior of the castle, and we went out last night to have a few drinks and drown our sorrows, and we actually met a couple of guys who are working on the interior of the castle. It's currently getting renovated and restored, and they invited us up today to have a look. So it's very exciting and you will get to see inside the castle. You'll just have to wait to the end of this video. But I'm going to tell you about Burg Wolfsegg's ghost story, and then we're also going to go look for another very scary, very haunted place that is actually outside the castle, referred to simply as the Hole. So the ghost story that surrounds Burg Wolfsegg, or Castle Wolfsegg, is that of a white lady. The white woman actually originates to be the wife of the man who used to own this castle. And this man used to travel a lot. He had a lot of military responsibilities that saw him on the road all the time. And it didn't take long for his wife to start having an affair, and she invited a local businessman into her bed. This was soon discovered by her husband, and he was pretty disgruntled about this. So much so that he actually hired two locals to sneak into the castle one night and murder her in her chamber. Ever since then, she's said to haunt the castle. She has been sighted many times. Her apparition is described as a glowing white lady, and she's also thought responsible for poltergeist activity. But this isn't even the scariest or most disturbing of the ghost stories from this area. So a very short distance just behind me, short distance from the castle, is a forest. And the first disappearances sort of recorded there was actually from the husband who murdered his wife here. When he returned home with his two sons, it is said that he walked into the forest and he and his sons disappeared and were never heard from again. And supposedly locals are quite wary of entering the woods and the forest because a lot of people have been said to disappear or go missing after entering that area. The forest is also said to be the same place where the notorious hole exists, and some believe that this hole is linked to these disappearances. Many people claim that a monster may live within this hole, and in the 1920s there are even some studies done on it where scientists entered down the steep recess into the hole and they found pits of bones that they believe were animals. Some of the bones were very ancient though, and some were quite fresh. There's also supposed to be very unnatural noises that emanate from the hole around it, and it's not really clear if there is some otherworldly monster or just a regular animal kind of living in there. Since we can't get in the castle, we found this little underground pathway, little chamber looking thing. I'm just gonna go down there and see what we see. I don't know what it is, but it looks creepy, so that's something. So it's a tunnel. Unfortunately, this is gated off as well, and it's completely dark. I can't actually see very far in there. I might have a torch. It's pretty creepy. Okay guys, this is something that's creepy. I've never seen this before. Look at this. Are these spiders? Covered in web. What is that? There's another one up there. And in here too. Weird. So guys, I'm from Australia and spiders don't really spook me much, but these ones are weird. Alright, so we're just leaving the castle now and we're going to walk down and look for the hole in the forest. But what is really cool about the castle and just being on top of this big hill is that there's a lot of houses all around the foot of the hill. So just here, these are all people's houses living around the very foot of the castle. It's really cool. Alright guys, so we've just found a little road that leads into the forest, so we're kind of following that. And what's kind of hard, difficult about looking for this hole and visiting the forest is there's limited information about it online. Every single ghost story that I've read about Castle Wolfsegg mentioned the hole and this forest, but it didn't give information on where to find the hole, whereabouts the forest was located, and there's a lot of forest surrounding the castle. So we've chosen this part because it's sort of the closest by to the castle, and I'm not really confident we'll find the hole, but I think it's worth exploring the creepy forest anyway. So we're following the road, and a big massive dog just came running out of a property at us, and we yelled at him and he ran away, lucky. So we're not following the road anymore. We're still close to it, you probably hear cars driving by, but we're trying to go up the hill, and I've already fallen over once, and I have no idea really what we're doing. This video is turning out to be a shit show. Don't you dare film it. I don't think I can climb up this. Alright guys, so we're climbing up this incredibly steep hill, and it's so difficult. I have no grip at all left on the bottom of my dogs, on my boots, and every step I'm just slipping. So I found a big stick that I'm trying to use to dig into the ground as I climb, but it's really hard, and I'm trying to get to the top of this hill here. I really don't think we're going to find this hole. It's kind of cool and pretty in the forest though. Okay, so we haven't been in the forest overly long, and I feel like we've already come over the other side because we can see tennis courts behind us. It doesn't feel that scary either because I just feel like there's a lot of roads and houses. The scariest thing honestly was that dog, and I'm a bit annoyed that we didn't at least film that, hey. I don't know what to do. I wasn't that optimistic that we would find the hole, and we don't really have anyone to ask. The only person that we've met here is the guy that let us into our hostel, and he does not understand anything that we say to him. He's lovely, he's very nice, but he only speaks German. I don't know what to do. Maybe we can keep looking around another area. So we just entered another part of the forest, and there's just a bunch of apples on the floor. It's kind of odd. I have seen this before though. Usually they're under apple trees though. I don't know that any of these are apple trees. What's down here?
Oh, this is trash. Maybe someone just dumps their trash here.
Those apples stink.
Right, let's go.
They're all moldy. So we made it out of the forest and we're kind of high up. You can see the castle out in the background, and it's really cool. It's just like right in the center of this little town. I don't know about the hole though, guys. I'm beginning to think maybe it's just kind of an urban legend created to keep people out of the forest. There's a scary monster in there, don't go in there kind of thing. I'm gonna go though, because I don't want to get attacked by another dog. Alright guys, so we didn't have any luck with the first bit of forest. So come on the other side of the castle. We have another hill to scale. We're just on the edge of this section of forest. We're going to look around Supposedly the hole isn't more than 100 yards or so into the forest. So I don't think we need to go too deep, but who knows if we'll find it. Let's go. So just over here we have the forest that we were in before, and then a little bit further this way we have the castle. So we're gonna explore in here. Is this a marker?
It's like
some of these trees are marked as well. See them? I can hear more dogs as well. So Jared's just going ahead, and you can only just see him. Oh man, now I gotta follow. Okay, near the top, and I do feel like this forest is a lot denser and darker. So I think it's more promising we find the hole here, but I'm still not sure we will. What is this? So we've just found a really odd wood formation, and what's that? A bunch of rags hanging off a tree branch. What do you think this is?
maybe some kid plays up here or something.
Maybe. There's also like a teepee over here as well. I don't know what this could be. You know what it probably is?
What?
Probably a fucking booby trap or something. We just heard a scream. There's a plane going over now, but I just heard a scream. It could be a kid.
Sounds like children playing.
Or being murdered. Okay, we've heard quite a So we've heard quite a few more of those screams. What is that? That's gotta be some kid or something. Okay. So this has those ribbons hanging from it as well. Let's go. Stabbed into a tree. Creepy. There's something else up here. I think it's an old, like, horse wagon. Oh, no, maybe it's not a horse wagon.
Army truck?
I don't know. It's cool. Yeah, there's some trails on this side of the forest, and it's been a little bit more exciting so far
Than the other one.
Yeah, the other one, I mean, besides the dog, which we didn't even get on camera. So we're still not And we still haven't located the hole. Ooh. I don't know what that was. The hole. The hole. The hole. But we still haven't located the hole or anything that remotely looks like a hole. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. We're just kind of walking around exploring the forest now, I guess.
There's some more old stuff over here.
This is just sink floor. What's this? What is this?
Old farming equipment, perhaps?
Yeah. There's something else in there as well. So we got more, probably farm equipment. A little, what's that, a telephone tower or something?
Mobile phone tower.
Yeah. No hole though. Let's go back and look around the other side.
Let's go through here.
So we've been looking for ages for this hole, and it's quite a creepy forest, and you know, you start thinking of the stories of disappearances and the possibility that this hole is the home to something not of this world, some kind of monster or creature. And it's pretty scary to think. I really, really want to find this hole. They theorize that it just has one entry. When they first found it, they just thought it was a vent and it must have another entry. But when they actually went down, they found that it wasn't. It was a very steep incline to reach the bottom, and they found a series of chambers in there and a lot of bones. They also say that locals are a bit scared of the forest and the woods and, you know, the creature that might dwell in here, and they say that there's noises that come from the hole or happen inside the woods that sound like growls or grunts or something that you've just an animal that you've never seen or heard of before. So we should keep looking for it. Alright guys, so we couldn't get in the castle. Thank you. Couldn't find the hole. But we have just spotted a little cemetery, and that looks like the highlight of my visit to this place. So let's go have a look at it. Turns out the cemetery was closed too. Alright guys, so we're just on our way back up to the castle, and it looks so cool. I'm really excited to see inside it. This is the room that is supposedly haunted by the White Lady, and there has been some strange activity to occur in here. So on our tour we just found out that they had a lot of issues with the security camera just up here. They had to get a new one because a white fog kept clouding up the lens and would remain there for a long time before slowly drifting off. And there's supposedly a lot of electromagnetic field fluctuations in here, and a lot of other stories just by here the window. There's supposedly a local woman that lives out there that has claimed to see a lot of strange light activity coming from this window of the castle after hours. So it's a very interesting place. Wow guys, so that worked out really amazingly. We got to see all inside the castle, and they're actually working on restoring it all right now. And probably mid next year, so mid 2019, it should be back open. I did learn a little bit that kind of corrects the ghost story of the White Lady, which has been kind of fabricated over time. Supposedly the countess that was murdered by her husband wasn't actually murdered by her husband. That was kind of sensationalized for a better ghost story, and she actually outlived her husband. That's not to say though that she doesn't still haunt the castle or that particular bedroom that she is cited in a lot, because there has been a lot of strange activity that has been documented, a lot of stories passed on about that area, but she just may not have been murdered in there. So much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm really excited to share it with you because we were so lucky gaining access to the castle. It worked out brilliantly. If you did like the video, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. That'll really helps me out. If you're looking for a little bit more reading on Wolfsegg Castle or any other haunted places, head to AmysCrypt.com. And remember guys, until next time, stay spooky.